Okay. Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday. It is Wednesday. And it is time with art. With me, Deborah. I've got a friend over here on my Zoom, so I'm going to be going back and forth. But just so Zoom people know, I'm going to definitely be doing it through Facebook as well. So if you get lost or what have you, it's also there, and then I can post the video so you can follow it later on, which is awesome. Didn't really do my hair today. Sorry. I believe Will is joining us. Welcome. And I believe Terrence is joining us as well. So welcome everyone to art. As I said, I'm Deborah. I'm from the Center for Enhancing Abilities. I know you know. But just in case we get, hey, Christian, what's up, man? You see him? You spot him? He's joining us. So thank you so much. Good. We've got a nice little core group of people to begin with. I'll give a couple of more minutes for people to jump in or jump on. I was a little late with my email today. Got a lot of stuff going on. Yesterday was a beautiful day. And you are correct, Christian. Today is pretty crummy. Yep, I think that's a perfect word for it. Absolutely. Totally gross outside. But hey, you know, there'll be more good days coming. They're definitely, well, maybe it's good that we get some of the rainy weather out now while we're kind of stuck at home, so to speak. And then when we're all out, it'll be good, nice weather so we can all go and do active things. That's always good. Helps spread the old germola around. We don't want germs to fester in a room. So I'm doing something a little different for my art class today. You are totally fine doing art on Facebook. Whenever I do classes, I will always do them together. That's maybe with a few exceptions. But if you do want to join the Zoom class, it is, and those of you who have joined, it's always the same. Hey, Stephanie, how are you, hon? How are you? Good job. Thanks for joining me today. So it'll be the same meeting number. Hey, Jamie, what's going on? So I do know I got it a little late out, so I apologize. But it's the same Zoom number. But for some people... Good morning, Katie. Good morning, Jamie. I've got like a nice crew go. I always get nice crews. So I'm just letting you know. So some people were requesting if they wanted to ask me more questions, they can do it that way. But I like Facebook Live too. I really do. But we've got them all going. We've got Jeter joining on. We've got Katie. We've got Jamie. I've got Alona here. I've got Stephanie here. I'm here. We have Christian, Terrence, and Will was on. So good. What are we doing today? That's the answer. We are doing art, and we are going to talk about commercial art.
Hi, Oreo.
Oh, you found him. He's there. He's helping me out. Today's little, I guess I'm giving some props up to the Belsky Museum in Closter, New Jersey. They gave me this mug. My coffee. So the Belsky Museum, really nice. They always give us little tours and stuff like that. They let us take as much time as we want. I want to say Donald is his name. Don, I think. I don't know if anybody remembers. Hey, Doug, haven't heard from you in a while. Welcome. And a David J. Awesome. Wow. Double D's. Well, you know, like Dunkin' Donuts type of stuff. We got Doug and we got David. So welcome. We're just letting people chime in. And as I said, because my advantage of when I get to do this on Facebook, I get to record, I'll record this and I'll upload it on YouTube. Hello. And then you can watch the video later if you so choose. To do that. So, one of the cool things, that, well, you know what? I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not going to share my screen on Zoom yet. Hey, Eileen, how's it going? So, what are we doing? I always keep you in suspense, and then you all run away. So, I want gallery. There we go. I want to see everybody at once. So, what are we doing today? On this crummy day. as we had said. It's so what I'm going to ask people on Zoom, this is less conversational. It's more of like instructional, and if you have questions, you can totally ask me. But if we can keep side conversation, you guys are usually good. So here we are. We got Katie on as well. We got Dave, Golf Fanatic on. He's listening and talking. He can talk all he wants. Join me on Thursday. Please, Jeter, join me on Thursday for my special 1:30 class. You can talk as much as you want. That's what it's for. Join on Zoom for that. I also, I don't think I'll be doing that on Facebook, but, so there we are. So we're talking about commercial. Whoa, my whole table. I had too much coffee. I was like feeling really down in the dumps. If Katie wants to know why, I don't know, Katie. I have some schoolwork that I didn't do, and that's really depressing me. And I have like a lot of schoolwork I have to make up. So I think that's, but this is not my therapy session for all of you. But I was feeling kind of crummy, but now I feel good that I get to see and hear from all of you guys. So I'm glad. If you do want to join, my number, is always the same. It's always the same. So just go in, find an old email. It went in. It's always the same. But I have some added security. I have a bouncer, so to speak. But I love Facebook, too. I love Facebook peoples because I know you're in and out, and then you go back on YouTube. Because that's the advantage of Facebook. I can record the video. I will not record Zoom videos, okay? Just so you know. So if you're on Zoom and a class is only on Zoom, it's lost forever. But if it's done on Facebook, I can get it up there because it's just me. It's just me. So it's privacy issues and stuff like that. I get it. So today, I said it was commercial art. What on earth is that? Does anybody want it? Facebook people can chime in. Zoom people can chime in. Anybody want to take a guess? What is it? What do you think commercial art is? Everybody's like flabbergasted. They have no idea. Who here likes art? Raise your hand or chime in or put a like. Yeah, I got a bunch of people over here raising their hands. I love art. And sometimes we think art isn't, some people are like, oh, that's just something you do in your house. It's not really important in life. That's so not true. We use art in like everything. And some people think business and stores and selling, which we're kind of figuring out. Stores are important. And packaging is important. Hey, Will, what's up, man? What's up? Glad you could join us. I see Kara might be joining in. As I said, if you are more comfortable using Zoom, it's the same code. Art's really important. We use it in design, we use it in technology, and we use it what we call commercial, a way to make money. So who here, when you go to a store, do they give you the stuff? We miss you too, Will. We miss you guys. Who here takes stuff from a store and then just walks out? None of you. Well, that's good. That means you have a problem. If you do that, you might get arrested for shoplifting or stealing. You buy it. You pay for it, right? So this can make me look good because it makes me look like I'm healthy. These are some kind of, I think, my Zoom is the correct way. Sorry, Adam's dad. Sorry, Bart. I haven't fixed my Facebook. My Zoom is the correct way. So this boring box of cereal, which is really delicious, just so you know, Cinnamon Crunch cereal, is a work of art. It's a work of art. So today we are going to take art and we're going to use it commercially, meaning we're going to pick a product, all right? You're going to pick a product, and you are going to design the packaging for me. Let's see. Zoom people can definitely answer this for me, and Facebook people can chime in. If you saw something like this is a container on a shelf, what do you think, ladies? Would you buy this?
No, that's boring.
No, it's boring. Not that I always bet on black. I always wear black, but it's a little dark. You don't know what it is, right? I mean, You don't know what it is. It's a little scary. It's this big black tube. You don't know. And it's boring. Katie says it does not inspire her to buy it. All right. Now, ta-da! What happens? I don't know if you eat this. What happens if I showed you something like this? Would you buy this, maybe?
Yes.
Yes, Stephanie says yes. She would buy this. You might buy this. Now, supposedly, when they design a package, they put a lot of thought into this. Because they change him from time to time. What is this guy? What's his name? I don't know if he has a name. He's the Quaker oatmeal dude. He's the Quaker. They change him up. They change these people up. All right? I don't know if he has a name, but he actually I think he got a facelift recently, and I think he slimmed down. So they changed them. Betty Crocker, everybody knows Betty Crocker, the cakes. They changed her up. I think they put a suit on her to make her not look like, oh, little woman in the kitchen. She's... Yes. There are some mascots or logos that, might be a little dated. They might not be very politically correct. Some are racist, some are offensive, some are sexist. I get it. So they update them, but they put a lot of thought, these graphic designers, these commercial artists, to make you want to buy. They don't care if you eat them. They don't care. They just want you to buy it. That's all. They want you to feel like, wow, that Quaker oat dude, the reason they put a heart here. Why do you think they put a heart here? Does anybody want to give an answer? Why do you think they put a heart here? Anybody? Love. Yeah, it makes you like, wow, maybe they care about me. And then there's writing in here. It's also about health. They're trying to sell you health. So they don't care how many of these you buy and that you don't eat them, because that's usually what happens to me. I buy a bunch of stuff and I don't eat it or I don't use it. They want you to say, wow, that looks like the best product ever. My life will change if I buy this box of oatmeal. That's what they want to tell you. All right? So that's kind of what we're focusing on today. All righty? So if you're doing this now, great. Ooh, Chips Ahoy, that looks delish. Oatmeal is good for your heart. Yeah. So they want to share that. They made sure, that's Jamie sharing in. They want to make sure that they are telling us. So, and they make it a very easy, here's a fancy word, visual, meaning eyes. They want you to look at it. Katie knew instantly, heart, love, heart, health. That's what we know. That's what they want. You to look at something. Let me give you another one. Hey, here we go. Now you guys know what I eat for dinner. I got some Goya chickpeas, right? Some Goya chickpeas. Now, if I were to show you this label, okay, you guys can see it there. It's backwards for Facebook people. I apologize, right? Who here knows this company? Raise your hand or click like or say hi. I see Alona. Stephanie, have you ever eaten Goya beans? You know Goya? Oh, Boya? I think that was their slogan. I don't know if it still is. This is what we call print or font, right? And it's a part of their logo. Logo is a way, it's a picture or writing that tells us the product or the company. And we know it instantly. So I've got some logos. I might just put them up on Google Classroom so we can get started, or maybe share them at the end while you're working so you can see. It's a lot of fun to guess about logos. But let's see. Here we go. Katie, you got a logo right on your box. If you guys can see it. Chips Ahoy! With that little exclamation point. Some person worked really long hours to make that happen. And you also have Post. Post is the logo company. Post. Somebody put a lot of thought. I don't know if you can see my Keebler up here. Where we are. So they always use a picture, maybe words, or a picture like this little guy here. So you always know what you always know. She's very tired and she didn't want to miss me. Wow, Kara, thanks. Thanks. So if you're happy to stay on Facebook, you can. If you want to join on Zoom, you can as well. All right, we're doing it both. Sometimes it's nice. Facebook, you can kind of just chill. So we've got commercial art. Commercial art. I'm really stoked about this if you can't tell. Oreo's excited too. Oreo's excited too.
Let's rock and roll.
Yeah, let's rock and roll. Let's do this. So now we know what we're doing. We have, hopefully, if you don't have it now, you can get one later. You can use a box. I'm going to use this box, okay? I'm not endorsing any of these. I'm still looking for endorsement contracts. So please, you know, if you're a commercial company. So I'm going to use this one. This was a cracker box. All right. And just so you guys know, the type of box they use, the size and design of the container, they put a lot of thought into this, right? Depends on the product, right? So Katie, would you put beans in a box or would you put it more in a can? Can.
If they're trying things, they can go in the box.
Oh, Katie just tapped onto something. So your product depends, your product will tell us what kind of container we're going to use, okay? So I'm going to use a box. I'm going to make, I'm going to work on cookies. That's what I'm going to sell. But Katie's right. And Stephanie's both right. They said, Stephanie's like, no, I mean, you know, those beans, they're like liquidy. You gotta put them in a can so it doesn't leak over. I've seen them in bags, like these weird bags. I don't like that. My beans get crushed. People squeeze my bags of beans. I'm talking like the wet beans, not the dried beans. But Katie's right. You can have pasta, legumes, in bags, in boxes. So it depends on your product. So I want you to start to think about, what are you going to design? What are you selling? That's really what it is. What are you selling? And I'm going to say this twice. What are you selling and what are you selling? What? Deborah, it's the same question. No, it's not. It's not. It's not the same question. What are you selling? So your first question is, what product are you selling? So Katie and Jamie figured it. Quaker Oats, right? This guy, you're supposed to trust him. I don't know. He's kind of got a happy expression. See that? See that? He kind of, I guess he can look like we trust him. He looks like he's smart. And there's love and there's health. So they want to sell you something that makes you feel good and healthy about using their product. And strong and trusting. This guy's been around a long time. We trust him. So that's what they want to sell. So the first thing you're going to need is some kind of container. If you are using a can, you want to make sure that it doesn't have sharp edges. So I recommend either tape or duct tape, but it looks like most people here are going to be working with boxes. I kind of focused on boxes. If you do have a can.
Where's Simon?
Yeah, oh, he's at school. He's upstairs doing some work. He might pop down. I know, the school's cracking down. I can't use him. Next week for art, I want you to find a can. A bigger can would be helpful. And if you have duct tape or some type of tape as well, okay? That's your assignment for next week. We're going to be doing can decorating. Alrighty? All right? So, if you do not have a box, I'm going to show you, if I could find it, and you want to do it on paper. On paper.
I'm looking for your pen.
Yeah, I know. I just found it. If you're looking to do this on paper rather than a actual box, I'm going to show you how to draw a box for our purposes. So we're going to make, if you want to use a ruler, you can. I'm not for your purposes here. You're going to make us a rectangle. I don't think my lighting's pretty bad on Zoom. You can't see it. But on Facebook, you can. You're going to make a rectangle, okay? Three-dimensional, a little. So you could, another box. Okay, there we go. You're going to see through the box, but you're going to cover it and paint it. So I made one rectangle, and then I made one rectangle. They overlap. See how they do that? See how they do that, ladies? All right? Just a little bit on top, a little bit on the side, right? They overlap. And then what you're going to do is you're going to connect your corners, and even the ones on the bottom. All right? And I can post something like this that you could print it out. That's a box. That's a box. So if you wanted, yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't know where she is. She joined me yesterday. So that's how you would make a box. All right? And if you're using pencil, you can just go in and erase the other lines if you don't want to see them, or you could just paint and draw them right on top of them. That's how you make a box. Or you could just make a nice rectangle. Or you could take just one big piece of paper, and this is the front of your box. It doesn't matter. We're flexible here. Alrighty? So here's your supplies. You have your box. You're going to need, you can use paints, markers, crayons, colored pencils, anything. I'm going to be using a little bit of both. I'm going to be using some paints to paint on my box, and also some paper, some colored paper. I do want you to use, if you have it, colored construction paper. You can use old magazines with pictures that you can cut out if you don't want to draw so much. You can use a picture of your own face if you are your spokesman. All right, so instead of him, you could see a picture of me on it. Yeah, I'm serious. I wish somebody would do that. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Paints, if you're using them, markers, crayons, colored pencils, whatever you prefer. If you want colored paper, all right. If you're using colored paper, I recommend scissors. If you're using colored paper, you're going to need glue of any sort or a glue stick. All right. Maybe some water if you're using paints or glues, and a brush. You can use stickers. I really dig stickers. If you collect stickers, you can do that too. All right. So let us begin. All right. I didn't make one box ahead of time because I was doing some other stuff. So I'm going to take my boxes and my other products out of the way, and I'm going to put him here. And as you can see, this took me like months and months to finish this box. Nobody in my family likes these. I do. I have a box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to some of my box. So if you're using paint, if you're going to use paint, you're going to use like a craft paint. You can use finger paints if you really, or hopefully you'll have a, whoop. It was yucky. So I'm going to show you two sides. I'm going to show you two ways to do it. So I want to paint over my stuff. So see how I have that? I had the nutritional information. You may want to save it if you want, but I don't want people to see that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to paint my box. All right? Just paint it. If you are a person that loves to paint, you can paint your whole entire box. All right? You can do that. You can do the whole painting. I'm going to find, depending on what white. All right? I'm painting white. You might have to do 2 coats of your color for your box. All right? So I'm just getting started a little bit. I'm gonna paint my back too, maybe a little. Is it? Goodbye, Stephanie. Hopefully you guys are starting to think about what is it that you're selling. So Katie, I don't know if you know what product you're gonna sell. Stephanie, I don't know if you thought about it, what you would sell, what kind of product you would make. All right. So there I am. I'm just painting my box. I'm painting my box. Now, that's the first step. You got to think. So I said I want to sell cookies. I really like cookies, and I'm going to sell cookies. All right. I'm painting the top of my box as well. I'm going to leave the front plain. I'm not going to paint the front of my box. You can tape it shut if you like, or you can leave it open and tape it shut at the end so you can kind of put your hand in and manipulate the box. That's another little tidbit that I can share with you. So see how I painted my whole box? I didn't paint the front of my box, and I wouldn't paint the bottom of your box. Does anybody know why you shouldn't paint the bottom of your box?
It's gonna stick.
It's gonna stick. It's gonna stick. You can paint it at the end if you like, but very good, Katie. You get extra points. It will stick to whatever you put it. So if you're using a lot of paint, open up your box so you can put your hand in there and you can move it around, or you're gonna get paint all over your hands. Okay, just some tip. Yeah, everywhere. My crafting table, it's okay. It's a crafting table, so you might want to put some newspaper. Sorry, I'm getting my paper towels. Might want some paper towels. Now, I'm doing cookies. So if some of you are still thinking about it and you want to help me design my cookie box, you can shout out some ideas for me. So now I got to think about it. I want to do cookies. So what things are we going to include in our on our box? So we're gonna need what is gonna make people buy my cookies? Okay, I've been baking every day, making these, I don't know, great chocolate chip cookies. They're chocolate chip cookies, and what's gonna make people buy it? So what's one thing I might need? Anybody chime in on Facebook? Katie, what do you think is the first thing I'm gonna need?
A title.
I'm gonna need a name. I'm gonna need a name for my cookies. All right. So I'm gonna need a name. All right. Do you think maybe I can put maybe a logo or like a what do you call them? What is it? Like a mascot or I call them mascots. I don't know, like a spokesman maybe. Like a little person, something like that. So I need maybe a logo. I need a name. Another thing we want to think about when we're designing art is not having your cats come onto your art table. Sorry. She can walk in the paint. Hey, maybe Gertie's saying use me. Maybe use me for the cookies. All right. So I'm thinking, all right, I might use a cat. Maybe they're cat cookies. I don't know. Trader Joe's sells them. Maybe they're cat cookies. Okay, I could do cat cookies, maybe. We also want to look at color. So we talked about this before with it. What do you guys think? Do you think I should use black for the box, maybe? Do you think that's going to make people buy it? Or should I pick something brighter? What do you think? Anybody? You think I should
do bright colors?
Bright colors. So, you know what? I want bright colors. I think I'm going to do red and yellow. So I'm just going to get these pieces of paper.
I'm doing the whole rainbow.
Okay, good. That's great. That will catch people's eyes. Because if you're walking and you see this dark box or it's just plain white, you might not, cats, go figure. You might not buy the box. You might walk by. It doesn't look interesting to you. So I have some colors that I'm going to do. So once again, I'm going to show you how to cover a whole box, okay? And then we can talk about some other things. So we know we have to have a name. I'm going to have like a little logo or a picture. My logo might be the name of my company, and then I'm gonna have a picture of a cat's head, and then there's some other things that we got to think about: titles, words, features, things that make us want to go, "Oh my gosh, that looks amazing!" All right, so let's do this. I think I'm gonna take a red background. So if you're a person that's painting your whole box, whoops. Keep painting. That's okay. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm very lazy. My box is a little wet. If you're doing painted end paper, just try to let it dry a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper, and I think on Facebook can see it, not so much on Zoom. I'm going to lay my paper down on the table, get my hands covered all in white paint. I'm going to take a pencil. For art, always have a pencil around. And I'm going to show how I did that. I'm going to show you guys too, because I'm getting paint all over my hands. All right, so I'm laying it flat and I'm tracing it. You could just keep folding the paper on the whole box. You can do that too. But what I did was I laid it and I just traced it. So I'm going to move my box away for a second. So now you can see I have a line running down the center. So I'm going to take my scissors. Ooh, I don't like these scissors. They're too small for my hands. And I'm just going to cut. This is the easiest way to do a little craft. Just trace. You can see this was a part. Just trace it. Okay, and here's my box. And there you go. It goes right on the front. I just traced the shape. If you're doing painting and collage work, you may want to trace your panels or the sides of your box before you start painting. So you don't get paint all over your hands. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my handy dandy recycled containers. There we go. Somebody rang the doorbell. What? We don't have anybody coming to our door. Who would come to our door? And who would ring a doorbell? What? It's Ding Dong Ditch. Dude, there's a pandemic. What you ringing my doorbell for? That's bizarre. I don't have any friends. Who would be calling me? Alrighty. So, glue. How would I do glue, Deborah? You can use a glue stick if you like. You can use a typical glue, whatever this is. Glue applicator, I guess. Whatever. And you can just... Is that it? Oops, sorry. I'm sorry if I wasn't letting people in. You can do a regular glue piece. You could just glue it. Glue applicator, glue, I don't know, package, I don't know, squeezy bottle. Or what I like to do, because I like to show off, I like to pour a little glue in a cup with my brush. And I like to paint my glue on. Can anybody think of why I might do that? Can anybody think why I might do that? People would stop calling. Why anybody? And I think I know who that is. Why we might paint it? Hey, hello. Sorry if you were waiting too long. I sometimes forget the waiting room that I have to admit you. It sounds like a hospital or something. Oh my, or doctor's office. I must admit you. It's just for extra security. Hey, Stacy, what's up? So I like to use my brush and my container to paint on my glue. Hannah, I'm going to get you caught up in just a second. So it's less gloppy and I can cover the whole thing. Alrighty? So I'm going to take my box. I'm just putting on paper on the front of my box. And I'm going to go over this again because I know I got somebody just in. And I'm going to smooth it on. See how I did that? I'm just put the glue on my paper, laid it on the box, and I'm just smoothing it out. If you do it with a glue stick, that's okay. Glue sticks sometimes don't always stick, so you might need a lot more of that. You can glue it this way and stick it on, but I like to show off a little bit. I like my glue very, very smooth. It's just something a little weird about me. Alrighty, so I'm just cutting off the end here. There we go. So for those of you who are joining a little late, we're just going to recap just a bit. We have a container. Alrighty, we are covering our container. Okay, so if you're doing this now or later, we're taking a container and we are designing our own product. This is a commercial art project. We are going to redesign our box. So if you paint, hey, Jamie K, what's up, girl? Nice to see you. Glad I got to give you a shout out when you're on. You can paint the outside of your box You can do that. You can do it all through paints. I did both. I showed you how to paint it, and I also like the smoothness of the nice colored paper, okay? And you're gluing that on. So I'm going to focus on the front part of my box, okay? This is a big project. This could take you a long time. So that's the front part of my box. Now, what did we say I was making? We have to decide. You have to decide what product you're going to sell, right? Right? What are you selling? That is the key. What are you selling? And what are you selling? Like, it's not just the product itself, but how do you want people to feel when they take when they buy your product? How am I going to make people buy my cat cookies? Okay, I wanted to make cats. So here we're working on my logo and things like that. So we talked about color. I like the bright red color. I want people to catch their eye. Okay. Now, this is where you might want to take your markers, your pencils, your colored pencils, your crayons, anything like that, and your logo. So, paper left. Let me see. I'll take some extra yellow. So, what should be the name of my company here? Gertie's? Something like that? Should I call it Gertie's? Yeah. Okay, alrighty. So, let's call it Gertie's. And I'm going to think of the shape of my logo. So, maybe I want a nice oval. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me draw my oval with a marker that you can see. Here we go. This is going to be my company name and my logo. And Katie said, yeah, let's do. Now, your print is really important. So if you're writing a name of a company, there's all different kinds of fonts and things like that. So let's just say I want to make sure I'm going to use, oh, I just messed up. No, I didn't. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to call it Gertie's. And I'm going to put my font, I'm going to do it first so you can see. So see how I did that? I made a shape that I'm going to cut out, and I put the name inside, and I tried to make the letters fit the shape of my logo. So if I was doing a square or a rectangle, maybe I want my letters to fit the square. See how I made them big and tall? See how I made them big and tall? These I made some smaller, some bigger in the middle. They fit the shape. You could do anything. You could do bubble letters. All right, let's see. I'm going to do something else. I'm just doing this really fast. Maybe I'm going to do big bubble letters if it was my company. By Deb, right? You could do something fancy if you know cursive. Maybe these are fancy cat cookies, right? Deborah presents cat cookies. But I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to pick, I like when my letters fit the shape of my bubble. So I'm going to use this one. This is going to be my logo, okay? Gertie, that's kind of my company name. So whatever you're doing, start planning that. And you can write it directly on your box if you prefer. You can write it. I'm going to write it in one part to show you how you do both. I picked a hard project to do in just an hour. Okay? So here we go. So this is going to be my company name. So you want to think of how big you want it. So I'm going to use a glue stick just to show you something different. So I'm going to stick it with a glue. You can use your glue, your regular glue or your brush. So I'm going to put it right on top. I want everybody to see that I did that. Gertie is my company. Now, I got to, if I were, yeah, this is done. Let me see if I can get a marker. Color is important. You know, Coca-Cola, how they have that whole writing is important. Your letters don't have to be black. They could be any color you want. Let's say you want to draw your logo right onto your box. All right? So I'm going to show you here. You can do the same thing. I made a shape. I really dig it. I have 2 cats and they love treats. So maybe I'm designing them for your cats. I'm doing some, what do we call this? Market research. Tell me what they like. Tell me what they like. What do cats like to eat? They like fish. I don't know. All right. So there you go. I just drew it on the box. I just drew my logo on the box, right? And then maybe I'm just going to put in, I'm using black so you can see it. Gertie cookies. Gertie cookies. All right. Now, let's get a little creative with our box. Let's pick the big, broad design that we want to do. So I am selling cat cookies. So should I put a picture of a cat to make sure that people know these are cat cookies? What do you think? Would that help you know that these are cat? Yes, I think they would. They would. Also, maybe should I put a picture of the product itself? What do you think? Does anybody think I should put a picture of the product itself? I think so too. I mean, I think I should put the picture of the product. So what I'm going to do is, let's say you're making a cookie. Landscapers, that's who's at my door. I drew some pictures. I traced some shapes of my cookies. I just did a circle. And I'm going to come in. And if you're the type of person that you like to do collage work, then you know what you can do here? Go ahead and go into a magazine and pick your own, pick somebody else's picture, a photograph. If you're really cool, you can go and take a picture of a cookie you made. I know Hannah has been baking up a storm. She's been making such wonderful baked goods. She could print out the pictures of the cookies and things that she's made, and she could put that on her box if that's what she's selling. She may not be selling that, right? So you could do any shape at all. My cat cookies, I could have made them in the shape of fish. Hello, Alexandra. How are you? So happy to see you today. I'm so happy to see you today. And if people want me to redo this lesson again in person one night this week, let me know. I can do it again. I could do it again. So I just cut out, we're making a product to sell. This is a commercial art project. This is a lot of planning. We picked what we're selling, the object, the item. I'm selling cat cookies. You have to pick the name of your company. I'm calling it Gertie. Alrighty? That's the name of my company. Gertie's Cookies. Gertie's Cookies. And now I'm going to design some of the artwork. If you want to draw or paint your whole box and draw on it, you can. So I'm going to show you. So here is some of my artwork, right? That's maybe my logo. My spokesperson is Gertie. You can color it in. You can use magic markers, something like that. I'm going to put some words. We're going to talk about that. You could put all that in there. You could do it all separately. But I do like a lot of collage work. I find it works really well. So if you have your colored paper, you're going to cut out maybe a shape, a picture. Maybe you want to draw, if you have a red background, you may want to draw on white paper. I can show you that too. So let's see, I drew a picture of a cat. All right, oh, he doesn't look very much like a cat. Okay, so let's say I'm working on my picture, okay? And I want to cut out the picture. So let's say you had some extra paper and you want to cut that out as your logo. You could do that. You can absolutely do that. And if anybody, hey Alex, what's going on today? Nice to see you. Let me see. That's great. That's great. I love it. Oh, you have to take a picture and send that to me so I can put that on our Instagram. So maybe I drew it like this. Alex took some great pictures from magazines or photographs and put them on her box. Let's say you drew your own picture and you want to put it in and you would glue that on. I think maybe I'm going to put that on my back of my box. Maybe you want to cut out a shape. So I like cats because they're really easy. So I'm going to work on construction paper. Mine is, does anybody know what artist this reminds us of? We did this artist a couple of weeks ago. Anybody remember?
What is it?
What artist does this project remind you of a little bit? An artist we've done. We did it just before Easter. Famous pop art. Warhol, Andy Warhol. So we're continuing this, I work on all this stuff. So I loved Alex's. I thought Alex's was great, and I love that she popped in and to show me. I'm going to put this on my box. I just made some basic color shapes. That's all I did. I cut out a shape that kind of looks like a cat. A cat's just a circle or an oval with two little triangles on top. All right? He does need eyes. And Gertie has green eyes. So I think I'm going to do some green eyes. Katie, have you decided what your product is?
Trail mix.
Trail mix? Nice. I like that. Hannah, do you know what product you're selling? What's your product?
Wait a minute. Go ahead. Breadcrumbs.
Breadcrumbs. Excellent. I like that. That's really clever. Both of you thinking outside the box. All righty. So we're just working. All righty. So I'm using what we call sweeties. And what is sweeties?
Pie.
What is it?
Pie.
A pie. Sweeties pie. I like that a lot. So you guys, your work is better than mine as always. So we're just working on this. Where you're going to put most of your attention is really on the front of your box. All right? And I think I'm going to give her a tongue. Like yum. Okay? Let's see if I can do this. All right? All right? So there she is. Oh, well, she is a red tongue, which doesn't really go. But there we go. That's what I'm going to do. All right? So you guys helped me, or actually Gertie forced the issue. Okay? There we go. There's my box. It looks like she's dying, actually. There's Gertie. She's like my mascot, okay, of my Quaker oatmeal. Then you have to decide, do you want to put your product on the box? So that's what we're talking about. What are you selling? So I want to make sure, and I think I'm going to put little chocolate chips in my cookies. I cut them out. I'm lazy. I'm going to put some chocolate chip cookies in. There's cat cookies. So I'm going to put them. Now, placement is very important. You guys think that somebody just threw this all together. No, they really thought about this. They think of where the name of the product should go. They're going to think, how is this going to look on a shelf, right? So I want my name up top because I want you to really see it. And I'm going to put a couple of cookies. I'm going to put about 3 cookies in. Now, they might get lost in the, oh goodness, these look delicious. Everybody's going to want to buy my cat cookies. Here we go. There we go. There we go. There's my cat cookie. So there's my product. Pretend that's an actual photograph, right? So these are the cookies I'm selling. This is my cat. So we know, right? Would you know that these are cat cookies, or do you think I'm missing one other thing? Would you know these are cat cookies? Should I put the words on? Maybe. I think I should. Somebody. Maybe I should put what it is. What it is. Cat cookies. All right?
Right now it just looks like a cat on a box.
Yeah. So we need to do it. So I'm going to put, I didn't put too much, I'm going to put cat cookies. All right? So now you know when you go to the store, oh, that's Gertie brand cat cookies for cats. I might have to put for cats, I don't know, but they're cat cookies. Now, let's focus a little bit more on our box. There's a lot of stuff that goes onto a box or a can, right? Here's your Goya can. They had a picture. Very nice pies. Now I know what it is. I didn't know. It looked delicious, Alona, but I didn't know. So, not that we want to think that, we're not saying that people aren't very bright when they may not know what it is, right? So here it is. Has their name, they have the product, but they got some other stuff. They've got some other stuff on their box here. We said, Katie noticed the heart. We might have to put some other things on our box. So maybe this is the first time I've ever launched these cat cookies. What are some things on a box you've seen? Thank you very much. Thank you, whoever that is. Thank you. What are some things on your box? If you were to look at your box before it was covered, we saw the name. We saw the product. This is a seal of approval. This is Chef's Best Excellence. They must have won an award. Here is, hey, did you know that they are non-GMO verified? They have some information. What other things do they have? Maybe they have stuff telling me that I want to see. Good source of fiber, right? No preservatives. Calories. Now, Katie, you bring up something else. You might want to put that right smack dab on the box. But if you're really taking this to the extreme, you might want to put your nutritional information, all right? You might want to go ahead and do that, right? So I'm just writing it on my box, right? And you can put things like calories. You're going to put servings. Look at a box. Look at a box. Look at it. Go back in if you've already worked on this. Go take a look. Somebody took a lot of time to put this in so you know what you're eating, how much you should be eating, whether it's good for you. Alrighty? Somebody put a lot of thought into that, all right? What else should we put maybe on our box? Has anybody ever thought about it?
Serving size.
What Katie, say it again? Serving size totally would go into your nutritional information, absolutely. And link to that, Katie, maybe it's the size, how much food it is. So maybe my box has 12 ounces, right? I might want to put that in there, 12 ounces. So as a consumer, you go, hey, you might want to put price. Sometimes they don't want to because they might have to raise their price, but they tell you the serving size to, yeah, thank you, Allison, size of serving and the amount of food or product in your box, because that's important. Let's say, how much do you think, if I had a box with 6 ounces and I had a box of 12 ounces of cookies, which box is bigger? Is the 12 ounce box. So that might be important to me, right? And also, let's say the 6-ounce box was $2, and my 12-ounce box was $3. Now, that's a little bit of math. I know you're like, what, Deborah? We were told this was art. This was not math. Well, hey, math's in everything. So we had a 6-ounce box at $2, and we had a 12-ounce box. That's twice as many cookies for $3. Even though the 12-ounce box is more money, we're getting twice as many cookies for only $1 more. So maybe we want to buy that bigger box. You know, there might be reasons why you may not. It might be a different brand. It may be the brand you like. They may have crappier ingredients. I don't know, but that's something to think about. So I want you to also include your logo, or your company name, maybe a picture of what you're selling, the actual objects, a description, a word, and maybe some information about how much is in the box. Maybe I'm very proud. Maybe I'm very proud and I want to put made in the USA. I don't know. Maybe that's important to me. You could be very creative. Very creative. So there's other stuff, though, that we want to put in to our box. So some of you said serving size, nutritional information. Right on the front of the box, though. Maybe my box has a seal of approval by cats. Something like that. So you can use stickers, you can cut out different shapes of your stuff. Here, I just did this. I made like a really cool star here, and I'm gonna put cat approved or cat tested. How about that? How about I put cat tested? All right, so cat tested. And I'm going to put a little happy face. There we go. I'm trying to make you want to buy this box. This box of stuff for your cats. Or we want people to buy Alona's pies. Or Katie's trail mix. Or Hannah's breadcrumbs. So here we go. I don't know where I'm going to put this. I'm going to put it over here. Okay. Guess what? Gertie's cat cookies are cat tested. And they loved them. They loved them. Maybe I want to put another thing in. And I love this. Different colored letters. Maybe we want to make sure people know this stuff is delicious. So maybe I'm going to put words on. Right? That sell it. So let's see. I have yum. Yum. Like, so when you go in, you're going to know automatically that's good. I don't want to necessarily cover my things here. Yeah, here we go. Maybe Gertie's saying yum. I'm covering some of my cookies. As you're finding, you really got to give a lot of thought to how you put all this stuff on. Okay? So here's Gertie's cat cookies. Here's my box of cat cookies. That's not looking too bad. You might want to buy it. The cat looks a little evil. I don't know. It's a black cat. Nice, nice. I like Sweetie's pies. I can't see it. Tasty, if I could read that correctly. Nice. So we're working on the box. So we're putting in logos, maybe, company names, color, a slogan, mine's cat tested, words, new, improved, healthy. What's another word they like to put on? Let's see. I'm going to put natural, which really means nothing. And I'm going to put new, improved. Okay? So there you guys go. I'm really going for it. I'm really putting in everything to sell this. Some people might say new lower price. I don't know. That might make people buy it. Now, as you're working on your box, we're just focusing on, and we're going to go a little over, so I apologize if that's okay with people. We're focusing on the top of the box, the front of the box, right? There are other things that you might want to work on. That's what makes this project a really great one to focus on, because it is a 3-dimensional artwork. Now, does anybody know sometimes what a 3-dimensional piece of art is called?
Pop out.
A pop. I like that. I like that. That's a good one. This could be, if we were talking about, this could be new size. New size is a great one, Jamie. I like that. New size for words to put on. Think of that. Could be a prototype. Some people, this is your prototype or a sample. But in art, we don't really think of these things as them. But I don't think I have one here. I don't have one here. But sometimes art, we call them like sculptures, right? Sculptures. So what you're really making is like a sculpture. So when you're thinking about designing it, I want you to think about all the sides. So maybe on the back, I don't know what you would put on the back of, let me see what my other cereal box is. If this was for cats, this is for, I guess, for kids. I don't know. They put a maze. When I was a kid on cereal, they had prizes in the boxes. Now they just put them on, they're cheap. Now they just put them on the back. What's something else we might want to put on the back or the side that's maybe not so much fun? Gertie, let me see if these are cat tested. What, Gertie's giving everybody the butt. Gertie, what do you think of your, oh, well, she's not going to cooperate. Let me see. So what other things do we need for, Gertie, come here. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Sorry. What should we put on our box somewhere? Usually you don't put it on the front. They might put it on the sides. There's a lot of things. You might need ingredients. Your ingredients of what's included. You know, people need, so that's your nutritional information, which I will do here. All right. There's my nutritional information. Maybe I have ingredients. All right. And if you want to be really creative, you can write the words out exactly. I'm just kind of putting scribbles. What you could put a picture. You could put a story about your project. So maybe for Sweetie's Pies, Alona wants to put a story about how she started making these pies. Maybe I want to put a picture of me and Gertie on it. So here we go. Gertie's our spokesperson. I want you to think of the whole box. The whole box. That's what you're doing. The whole box. Okay. So, as we're getting ready to finish up with me here. So maybe this is where it is. And I'm going to write our story. You know, I want people to know this was a family company that I started. I know you guys can't see it because of the lighting there. But I want you to really work on this and really think of what goes into packaging of a plant, of a box, of a product, of a plant. I don't know. So I want, hopefully, Gertie took off. Hopefully this will make you want to buy Gertie's cat cookies, because you can see that it's for cats. She looks like somebody knocked her out, I think, actually. Maybe there's catnip in there. I don't know. They're delicious, yum. They're cat tested. Here's our company name. Now you know it's Gertie's Food. I told you how many are in there. I gave you nutritional information. I gave you ingredients. I even decorated the back of my box with our backstory. What else? I gave some more information about the box, maybe where your company is located, all that kind of stuff, where it's distributed from. There's all these things. You may want to say it's healthy for cats. Okay, or healthy trail mix gives you a boost of energy. You might have a slogan like eat these breadcrumbs make everything better. Something like that. Sweeties pies are for sweets for your sweeties. You could put a whole slogan in. So this is a part of commercial art, incorporates advertisement, incorporates health, because you have to learn what's on it. Oh, Gertie's back, so we'll see. So I really hope, I went over. I really apologize, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Gertie wants to sample some. It's sad. It's empty. It's empty. But I want to thank everybody on Facebook for joining me. Send me pictures of your artwork at cea2bergen@gmail.com. You can put them in the feed. So I think I really want to see some cool boxes, if you can, some really cool stuff. And I'm going to say goodbye to you guys on Facebook. But I didn't say it. 12:30 is Lunch Bunch on Zoom and Facebook, and 2:30 is music on Facebook. Goodbye, everyone.